So what are some of the more common questions the insurance adjuster is going to ask the insured upon his or her initial inspection? What are the most common questions the insurance adjuster is going to ask the insured, maybe over the phone on a recorded line? I'm going to go through just the top 8 of what the insurance adjuster will most likely ask every single property owner and policyholder at the beginning of every claim. Right now, in 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show. I am the Commercial Claims Advocate, and I am owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. And I don't want to waste any more time. Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable, and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically, what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. I want to get to what I think is the top 8 questions that an insurance company, an insurance adjuster, a desk adjuster, a field adjuster, whatever insurance company adjuster is probably going to ask. This is a great video for policyholders. This is a great video for public adjusters because, frankly, public adjuster, if you are the first on the scene, and by the way, policyholder, I suggest you call a public adjuster first. And as a public adjuster, you want to make sure that you are asking these questions upon your initial inspection as well, because the insurance company is going to ask them anyway. And frankly, I'm not saying anything illegal, okay? I just want to make sure that it's better that you tell the public adjuster everything that goes on, because if it does come up throughout the insurance claim, and it's something that could be detrimental to your claim, it may not be anything. If you could figure out sort of the reason for whatever the answer is, and you could develop an obvious argument as to why, even though they answered this is the reason for that, which still makes it a covered claim, then you're good to go. So when I was in B&I and I was networking, we had an attorney for personal injury, and the personal injury attorney used to always say, call me first so I could go on site and I can document the evidence first before the insurance company gets there to document whatever. It's the same thing. Honestly, the same thing. When a loss occurs, you want somebody on your side first to ask and help answer any questions in regards to the loss, and also document everything immediately. It's just somebody looking out for you. It's somebody on your side, and just trust me, we have, as a public adjuster, we are looking out for the homeowner first and foremost. And if there's anything, like I said in the beginning, that could be detrimental to the claim, at least now we have time. We could sort of develop an argument as to the reason why it is to be so. So I don't know if that makes sense. We're not trying to change anything. Let me be clear. We're not trying to commit fraud or anything like that. We just want to know all the facts of law so they don't come up later as a surprise. So let's just get into the first question. The first question is, when did you first notice the damages? That is a big question you're going to get. When did you first notice the damages? Because a lot of times the date of loss, when the loss actually occurred, to when you first noticed the damages could be 2 completely different dates. For example, if you have water damage inside of your home and it's a leak in a supply line behind the wall, you may not notice that damage for months, okay? So when the loss actually occurred, frankly, no one knows. It could have been months ago, but when you first noticed the loss, when you first noticed that stain on your wall, or you noticed some mold growing on your floor, or you noticed some water coming out at the base of the wall, that's when you first noticed the loss. Make sure you are clear as to when you first noticed the loss, because if the insurance company, for whatever reason, thinks that, well, this has been happening for a long time, you can tell them, that's really none of my business, really none of your business, and we're not professional fortune tellers, and we know exactly when it occurred. I just happen to notice it on this date. When it comes to a roof claim, sort of the same thing, but a little bit different. If you don't notice it until a year later after, say, a wind event occurs, although your date of loss will probably still be that wind event, the insurance company is going to ask, well, if it happened a year ago, why didn't you first notice it until a year later? What's the deal? That's when the public adjuster comes in, and you have to answer that question as to, well, I never go on my roof, or I didn't notice a stain on my ceiling until this date, or I was away from home. I don't know, whatever it is, you're going to have to answer that question. So when did you first notice the loss? Very common question. Did you make any repairs? We're going to want to know, were any repairs made? They need to know if there was repairs made to the roof, if there was repairs made to the pipe, if there was repairs made to anything at all. Frankly, don't be afraid to answer this question, because it has to be answered. And if you did repairs, that's okay. Now, it could be detrimental in certain cases, because maybe that means that the loss had occurred before, but that's okay, because even if it did occur before, at least you did under the duties after the loss, under your post-loss obligations in your insurance contract that you signed with the insurance company, that you abided by those post-loss obligations, and you did the repairs necessary to the home. So did you make any repairs? Very big question. Did you mitigate the damages? That's another question. Did you mitigate the damages? What did you do to stop the damage from getting worse? If you're telling me that this loss happened 6 months ago and you have done absolutely nothing, claim killer, you're going to get denied, because they're just going to say that's something that's been ongoing for a long time and you neglected it completely and didn't do anything. So you need to have proof that you mitigated the damages. What can mitigation? We have a video about all of mitigation, of what is mitigation. Hopefully we can click right here. What is mitigation? But basically you could dry it out with your towel. You could, with your towels, you could go to Home Depot and buy a tarp and put a tarp up. You could call a roofer to put a tarp, or a mitigation company to set up machines. Whatever the mitigation may be, you're going to want to prove that you actually mitigated, and you want to be able to answer that question. Next question is, who is your mortgage company? They just want to confirm who the mortgage company is. I could make a whole other video about that in regards to the mortgage company process and the fact that they will be on the insurance check. So they want to confirm who the mortgage company is, if there is a mortgage company, so they could put that proper information on the check. I will say, when you do get asked this question, that's usually a good thing. It might mean that you're actually getting paid on the claim. Do you have any inspection reports? Okay. More often than not, if it's been a year since you purchased a home, usually I think the threshold is about a year, they're going to ask for any inspection reports. Because if they find out that the damage that you're claiming was already there when you purchased a home, guess what? That's not going to look good on you. That is not only negligence, but that's borderline fraud. You're basically claiming that something is quote unquote new that was already there when you purchased a home. So if you are filing a claim within the first year, they're going to ask you for any inspection reports. Make sure you have those handy. Make sure you have those ready. Obviously, that could also help you, because if you are claiming new damage and in the inspection reports it specifically shows that that damage wasn't there, well, then you're good. That's going to help you tremendously on your claim. Did you take any photos of the loss? Did you take any photos? I mean, this is a big question I ask my clients all the time. Luckily, we live in a day and age where you have your phone camera right there. So can I just give advice that I probably give, I feel like, on every single video? Take some freaking photos. Take photos when a loss occurs. Take photos of the event occurring. If it's a wind event that you're claiming, take a freaking video of palm trees blowing or whatever kind of trees that you have out there. Take any photos of the water coming out. Take a video of you sloshing around in water. Take photos. The insurance company is going to ask you for them, and if you're able to provide it to them, it's only going to help you tremendously. Did you file any previous claims? They're going to want to know if you filed any previous claims. Why? If you are claiming the same thing, well, you are not going to get paid on the same thing twice. Or if you are claiming, let's say, something of the same thing or the same sort of building materials, let's say your floor or your roof, and you did replace that roof and now you're filing a new claim, well, then you can get paid again. Either way, they're going to want to clear up to make sure that there were no previous claims on the property, and they want to make sure that's it. And I had another one is when did the loss occur? We said when did you first notice the damage and when did the loss occur, right? Those could be two different things. So when did you first notice the damage and when did the loss occur? Sort of could be two different dates, but are sort of similar questions. A lot of times, if it's a water leak inside of your wall, you're not going to know when that loss actually occurred, but you know when you first noticed the damages. So that was about 8. I think that was 8. When did you first notice the damage? When did the loss occur? Did you make any repairs? Did you mitigate the damages? Who is your mortgage company? Are there any inspection reports? Did you take any photos? And have there been any previous claims? That's just 8 of like 100, okay? I don't want to be here for an hour telling you all the questions that they're going to ask. These are very important questions that are going to be asked most likely upon the initial inspection with the insurance company. So that's why this is a great video, not just for policyholders to be prepared for these questions. I'm telling you right now, because these are the questions, public adjusters, that you should be asking your clients upon your initial inspection with the insured, with the homeowner, with the building owner. That's why it's another good video for both public adjusters and clients. These are the questions that I'm asking, okay, amongst others. But you need to be prepared for this if you are a homeowner to get these questions from the insurance company. So if you did not hire a public adjuster, shame on you. But if you did not hire a public adjuster, you're handling the claim yourself because you don't want to give up a percentage or whatever it is. Be prepared to answer these questions. And you have to be careful because, the age-old saying, anything that you say can and will be held against you. If you start talking about, well, when did the loss occur? Well, it could have been happening for such a long time. And I know that, if you start saying all these things that actually benefit the denial portion of an insurance claim, that's not going to be good. But if you just noticed it the other day and they don't ask you that question, it could be shooting yourself in the foot on the insurance claim. Again, it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But those are it. Those are some of the common questions that the insurance adjusters ask. What I would love is for public adjusters watching this video is to comment below on some more questions. Or if you're a homeowner, or if you're a building owner, some more questions that you've been asked by the insurance company. Maybe you're in the middle of a claim right now. You just had the initial inspection and you're freaking out about how you answered these questions, or if there's additional questions that you were asked. Comment below. I'd love to hear the additional questions. We can even make a part 2 video of some additional questions that are asked by the insurance company. But that's it. My name is Vince Perry. I'm the Commercial Claims Advocate. Our firm is Elite Resolutions. If you're a public adjuster looking for a place to work, go to eliteresolutions.com. Or if you're a homeowner and you're looking to file a claim and you're looking for a great public adjusting firm, we've got adjusters all over Florida and Texas, and we can help you tremendously. And then, of course, I'm the Commercial Claims Advocate on commercialclaimsadvocate.com. Before I say that, subscribe below. Subscribe. Commercialclaimsadvocate.com is really a hub for public adjusters and for any kind of advocates, attorneys, and contractors looking to really elevate their insurance claim game. We've got courses, we've got this book, we've got workshops, and we've got Advocates United meetups that we all get together to sort of elevate the industry because, like I always say, we are stronger together. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for next week for our next video where we're going to be talking about whatever it is I decide to talk about. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week. Peace out.